Hi, welcome back to Majora's Mask. The game may look a little different now, but it is still Majora's Mask. But now it's Majora's Mask 3D.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the frame rate looks more like the Majora's Mask I know and love.
I don't know why, but my recording setup decided to shit the bed frame rate-wise for the first little chunk here. So it may look a little worse than classic Majora's Mask, frame rate-wise.
It actually runs at 30, but this
recording, I don't know what happened here, but
I get the feeling that this is pretty accurate to how you guys see it when we record through the shitty Skype screen share window. Hi, buddy.
That's not inaccurate. Anyway, we're gonna talk a little bit about some differences, starting with the bosses that we've seen so far. Odalwa here, you can still hit him wherever you want. He'll trip now, but when he's tripped, the only way you can actually hurt him is by attacking the giant eyeball that's on his head. And, over here I'm just running over and grabbing some Deku nuts, because, Deku Form Link actually has a purpose now.
I mean, technically you could still do this in the original. It does work, but
I don't think I've ever tried it in the original, but
there's no reason to do it because there's about 8 other ways that you can hurt him. But you can use that form.
So that took about 10 minutes less than it took me.
To be fair, I'm using the Gilded Sword here.
Oh,
Although
okay.
when I did this yesterday without the Gilded Sword, it took me about twice as long, maybe, because you can get him into a loop of just popping up and dropping a Deku Nut on him and just stabbing his eye a lot very quickly. And he doesn't really get a chance to do much to you.
But yeah, that's kind of the core complaint that I have about most of the bosses in 3D, which is that they just they change them regardless of whether they needed it or not. So like that big eye thing, like great, you have to stop and hit the eye. Why? It was perfectly fine. It was perfectly fine before that.
Doesn't that just completely break the flow of the fight?
Yes.
Yes, it does. I'm glad you talked about the flow of the fight, because we're going to talk about Goht here in a minute.
Yeah. Before we do that, I'm just gonna we're just gonna look around at Goron form for a bit, because I feel like it's a little faster now in Spike form.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be faster, although that might just be the faster frame rate.
It feels faster. What's also faster is the Goron form's fists.
Oh yeah! You're not winding up for... fuck.
Yeah, that's way
Fuck you, Wolfos.
faster.
But yeah, it doesn't feel like you're winding up the punch for 200 years before it actually lands.
No. Now you're only winding up for about half a second. It feels a lot better.
I really hate that clock.
Yeah. The clock is, it's not great.
I really hate it.
Oh yeah, also real quick, you see those little that little like quill statue there?
Mm-hmm.
In Majora's Mask 3D, those are permanent save points.
Okay.
Every save point is a permanent save point, actually.
Yep. Of course.
You no longer save your game by playing the Song of Time.
Right, and in fact, they changed so that going back in time explicitly does not save your game.
Okay. And at least the ice looks good. Okay, let's look at... Why does it have a giant eyeball?
Because Majora's Mask 3D.
Majora's Mask 3D just loves its giant eyeballs.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord, does it ever.
Okay, so the main bit of the Goht fight is still largely the same.
That's good. This is a
do
good
some awesome
fight.
stunt jumps.
such a good fight. I enjoy it so much.
Landing on its back,
okay,
takes
but
it down.
But what if you had to stop every time you knocked it down and shoot a bunch of arrows at it? That would make it a better fight, wouldn't it?
That's stupid.
Well, guess what you have to do now?
That's stupid. Like, why would they do that? Like, this fight is so fun because it's so fast-paced and, like, it doesn't stop ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, a lot of the changes to the bosses, especially Odalwa and Goht, feel a lot like they were basically saying, okay, like, no, there is only one way to do this boss fight now, as opposed to the more open nature of the original.
I mean, I can see where they were going with Odalwa, because he was kind of rough for a first boss, but...
Right, but at the same time, though, you can fight him, like, 8 different ways.
Yeah.
Like, you can hit him with the sword, you can shoot arrows at him, you can use the Deku Knots. Like, I mean, that's just the stuff you have access to when you first get there.
Yeah. Whereas now you have to use the sword.
I mean, you can use the stick.
Great. Why don't I just throw all my money down a toilet while I'm at it?
Hey, that stick, the humble stick, is our friend. It carried us when we had no sword.
That's
Also, please
true.
don't throw money down the toilet. Just give him some paper.
Yeah, that's all he needs. But ChaosArgate, money can be used to buy paper.
Not in this game.
Well, that's silly.
Also, he's in desperate need of paper down there. He's not gonna come out to go buy paper.
That's true. But yeah, like, the flow of this fight is just completely broken now. You have to stop, change your mask, go up and shoot at him a few times, wait for him to continue moving, and then go back into Goron form. Like, why do that?
Because they really had to get the eye motif in somewhere. Because Majora's Mask 3D.
Okay. Sure.
Anyway, that's it for Goht. We're gonna go take a quick look around Clocktown for some stuff. They also changed the layout a little bit. For example, the bank is now behind the big tower.
Oh. Convenient. The guy looks like he's playing air pianos. It's great.
Yeah, so the town in general just looks, it just looks great. That's one thing I will say, is that the graphical updates in general to the game just look great.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It's really bright and colourful and happy. You know, completely the opposite of everything else in Majora's Mask.
I forget, did this shop always have like an Octorok on its sign?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Nobody ever looks up at it, but, you know, it's there.
Yeah, it's just in regular Majora's Mask, it's a JPEG. You know, like our good friend JPEG Angel?
Okay, so I'm gonna do the shooting gallery just for a little bit, because I felt like I needed to demo the gyroscopic aim after talking about it so much in Ocarina.
I mean, frankly, what you should have done is you should have done the swamp one. That's a fucking nightmare without gyro aiming.
Maybe next time. I skipped those two because I thought those were blue ones, but I see that this one's an actual blue one.
Already fucked up. Can't get the high score.
This is a weird way to tell us you're colorblind.
It's okay, you can get, there's a total of 50 of them, and you only need to beat 39.
Nah, you definitely need to get all 50 to get the big prize.
Bigger than that?
I'm 90% sure there's a piece of heart for getting a perfect score.
Oh. Also, look, it's the new Bomber's Notebook. It keeps track of pretty much everything you can do and tells you about it right after you do the stuff.
Yeah, you know your friend, the town shooting gallery guy.
Yeah.
You need to help him.
Well, of course, this is a Persona game now.
Right, this is important, Faye. We have to help literally everybody, no matter how important or inconsequential they are.
I see.
Here's the view of the original map the Bomber's Notebook that just told you schedules. The Bomber's Notebook also kind of hampers the flow a little bit because it pops up for pretty much anything, like even story events. Also, now the Bombers tell you stuff too, which get recorded in your notebook.
Why?
Better tracking for 100%?
Why would you need to, like... Okay, so... No, I can't justify this. It's like, of course you're going to check for a Great Fairy in the swamp, because the Great Fairy outside Clocktown tells you that there are 3 more.
4 more.
4 more,
yes.
Sorry.
But yes, that's correct.
The Great Fairy tells you there are more. Like, she can... You can go back to her at any time to receive that information.
And even if that weren't the case, you are going to get the stray fairies, and the first fucking thing it tells you is, please take me back to the Great Fairy.
Yeah, like... Goddamn, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Artix. I'm so mad.
I mean, sometimes they'll probably tell you something interesting that you might not have known, but for the most part, it's kind of dumb.
Well, you see, I don't need that because when I'm playing, I have you two. And Artix is basically the Majora's Mask encyclopedia.